Have you ever been surprised by someone's achievement, something they kept under wraps until the very last moment? Maybe it was a friend, a family member, or even a colleague who revealed an incredible success out of nowhere, leaving you both inspired and intrigued. I've had such an experience myself. I worked with Silas, a quiet and unassuming office worker for 5 years. Like everyone else, I thought I knew him well. But last week, I attended a local photo exhibition, and the stunning artistic photographs on display completely blew me away. To my astonishment, the photographer behind these masterpieces was Silas. When I asked him how he had kept such talent hidden, he simply smiled and said, "I don't want people to judge me by what I say I'll do. I want my work to speak for itself." Silas's words stayed with me. He didn't seek applause or approval. Instead, he poured all his energy into honing his craft. His humility, self-discipline, and focus were a testament to the power of keeping your ambitions private and letting your results shine. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by distractions or doubted whether to share your plans, this video is for you. Together, we'll explore 7 Stoic principles to help you build inner strength, focus on meaningful action, and achieve success on your terms. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever achieved something by staying silent about your plans? Share your experience in the comments below. You might just inspire someone else today. Let's get started. 1. Let results speak. Success is most powerful when it arrives unexpectedly, unaccompanied by fanfare or self-promotion. By letting results speak, you earn genuine respect and admiration, built on the foundation of tangible achievements rather than empty promises. This approach doesn't just impress others, it strengthens your character and focus. The quiet effort that grows unseen is often the effort that changes everything. Silas, who I introduced earlier, had a passion for photography. His dream was to become a professional photographer, but he knew there was much to learn. Instead of broadcasting his ambitions, he decided to channel his energy into developing his craft. He kept his day job at the office but signed up for an online photography course. Every weekend, while others relaxed or scrolled endlessly through their phones, Silas was out capturing moments. The play of light on a city street, the texture of aged wood, the raw emotion of a candid smile. He didn't seek recognition or applause. For years, Silas simply worked, practicing and improving in silence. When he finally displayed his work, the impact was extraordinary. His talent, refined through effort and discipline, left everyone in awe. His decision to let his results speak amplified the effect of his success, turning it into something both inspiring and unforgettable. This isn't just a story about photography, it's a universal principle. The urge to share our goals is natural. We seek validation, encouragement, and perhaps the thrill of being seen as ambitious or talented. But here's the paradox. The more we talk about what we plan to do, the less energy we have for the doing itself. Words dissipate the fire that drives action. The applause you receive for sharing your intentions may feel rewarding in the moment, but it robs you of the deeper satisfaction of achieving something real. Instead, what if you held your goals close to your chest? What if you treated them as something sacred, too precious to be diluted by unnecessary chatter? Like Silas, you could direct all your focus toward action. The weekends spent on quiet practice, the hours given to learning and growth, and the commitment to honing your craft would add up. Over time, the results would not only speak, they would shout. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor known for his wisdom, believed that actions define a person, not words. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, he wrote. This isn't just advice, it's a challenge. Let your work prove your intentions. Let the outcomes reveal your character. If you're grappling with the temptation to share your dreams, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, does sharing this brings me closer to my goal, or does it merely give me the illusion of progress? Often, silence is the smarter choice. It shields you from unnecessary opinions and distractions, giving you the space to work undisturbed. Silence also builds anticipation. When you finally unveil your achievement, its impact will be far greater than if you had talked about it every step of the way. What Silas achieved wasn't luck. It was the result of quiet, consistent effort. His humility didn't diminish his passion. It strengthened his focus. And when his work was revealed, it was impossible to ignore the depth of his talent. You don't need to silence yourself completely. There are moments to share, but they should be deliberate and meaningful, reserved for those who truly support you or can guide you. This balance allows your energy to stay rooted in action while still giving you room to seek insight when necessary. By letting your results speak, you embrace a path of authenticity and strength. You learn to trust yourself, focus on what matters, and remove the noise of external validation. And when the world finally sees what you've accomplished, the silence that preceded it will only make your success more profound. 2. Choose your circle wisely. Not everyone will understand your dreams. Some people may offer genuine support, but others may criticize, dismiss, or even discourage you. Choosing carefully whom to share your ambitions with is not only practical, it's essential. Sharing your plans with the wrong people can sow seeds of doubt, cloud your focus, and derail your progress. Instead, confide only in those who share your values and want to see you succeed. Silas understood this well. As he nurtured his passion for photography, he kept his ambitions private from most people. He knew that not everyone would appreciate the effort he was putting in, nor understand the depth of his dedication. His family, while well-meaning, had always viewed his photography as a simple hobby, something inconsequential and hardly worth his time. If he had opened up to them, their comments might have chipped away at his confidence. Instead, Silas chose to share his progress with one close friend, an art enthusiast who had an eye for detail and a knack for giving constructive feedback. This friend offered meaningful insights and encouragement, keeping Silas motivated and helping him refine his craft. By sharing selectively, Silas shielded himself from negativity and built a circle of support that fueled his journey. This approach is not just about avoiding criticism, it's about protecting your mental energy and focus. Every time you share your plans, you invite external perspectives into your internal world. While some perspectives are helpful, many are not. They may reflect the fears, insecurities, or misunderstandings of others rather than offering meaningful guidance. If you share with the wrong people, their words can undermine your confidence, leaving you questioning your goals and second-guessing your choices. Stoicism teaches us the importance of discernment in relationships. Epictetus often emphasized the power of surrounding ourselves with those who uplift and align with our values. It's not about shutting people out, but about being wise with whom we let in. A Stoic understands that the opinions of others, especially those who do not share our vision, hold little relevance to our journey. If you find yourself facing similar situations, take a moment to evaluate the people around you. Who are the ones who truly want to see you succeed? Who are the ones whose opinions help you grow rather than weigh you down? Prioritize these relationships, and for those who dismiss your dreams or see them as unimportant, don't take their words to heart. Their perspective says more about them than about you. Silas's story reminds us of the strength of selectivity. His friend's support didn't come with judgment or envy, but with genuine interest and constructive advice. That made all the difference. Imagine how his journey might have been disrupted if he'd listened to someone who called his passion a waste of time. By choosing his circle wisely, Silas maintained his focus, strengthened his resolve, and allowed his ambition to flourish without interference. You have the power to make the same choices. Protect your dreams by sharing them with people who nurture rather than dismiss them. Look for those who respect your efforts, offer useful insights, and align with your goals. Their encouragement can provide clarity and direction when you need it most. In a world full of opinions, choosing wisely isn't just smart, it's empowering. When you surround yourself with the right people, you gain not only support, but also the space to grow. And when your efforts eventually bear fruit, those who stood by you will celebrate your success with genuine joy. That's the kind of circle worth having. 3. Shield your dreams until they're strong. Dreams, like young plants, need time to grow. In their early stages, they are fragile, vulnerable to external forces like doubt, criticism, or misunderstanding. Sharing them too soon is like exposing a sapling to harsh weather before its roots have taken hold. To give your ambitions the best chance to thrive, you must protect them until they are resilient enough to withstand outside opinions and challenges. In Silas's journey, we saw how he chose to nurture his passion for photography quietly. By working on his craft without announcing it to the world, he created a safe space for growth. This same principle applies to many areas of life. Imagine someone starting a business while still learning the ropes, or someone setting out on a personal fitness journey. Sharing these goals prematurely can invite unnecessary scrutiny or even discourage progress. When a fledgling idea is exposed to criticism too early, it may never have the chance to develop fully. Consider the entrepreneur who tells everyone about their new business idea before they've even laid the groundwork. Inevitably, some will question the idea's viability or suggest changes based on their own biases. Instead of focusing on building their vision, the entrepreneur might spend more energy defending it. Or think of someone who shares their weight loss goals with a group of friends, only to face doubt about whether they'll stick with it. These doubts, though small, can sap motivation and create unnecessary distractions. Protecting your dreams doesn't mean keeping everything a secret forever. Instead, it's about timing. Just as a gardener shields seedlings from frost, you can guard your goals until they are strong enough to face external challenges. This approach gives you the freedom to focus on progress without the added burden of others' opinions or expectations. Silence becomes a tool, not for secrecy, but for strength. The Stoics understood this deeply. Epictetus often likened life's challenges to natural forces, urging us to prepare ourselves internally before facing the world. Shielding your dreams aligns with this philosophy. It's about recognizing the right time to reveal your plans and ensuring they are robust and ready to succeed. For anyone facing this challenge, the solution is simple. Work quietly and deliberately. Instead of seeking approval or validation, channel your energy into action. Build the foundation of your goals with care and patience. Whether it's learning a skill, starting a project, or pursuing a personal milestone, keep the early stages private. Share selectively and only when your progress feels unshakable. This doesn't mean avoiding feedback entirely. When you're ready, seek out those who can genuinely support and guide you. These are the individuals who understand your vision and respect your efforts. But until that time comes, silence is your ally. It gives you the space to refine, improve, and grow without interference. By shielding your dreams, you also cultivate resilience. You learn to trust yourself and rely on your inner strength, knowing that progress isn't about pleasing others, it's about fulfilling your own purpose. And when the time is right, your success will speak for itself. Strong, undeniable, and ready to withstand whatever comes next. In protecting what matters, you honor your ambitions. You give them the space they need to grow into something powerful and lasting. And when they finally see the light of day, they'll stand tall, unshaken by doubt and shaped by your determination. That's the power of shielding your dreams until they're strong. 4. Focus on action, not applause. It's easy to fall into the trap of sharing your plans too soon, hoping for encouragement or approval. But when we seek recognition before we've done the work, we dilute our energy and risk losing our motivation. The act of announcing a goal often creates a premature sense of accomplishment, leaving us feeling satisfied without actually taking meaningful steps towards success. I once decided to learn Spanish. I was excited and full of ambition, so I posted about my goal on social media. The response was overwhelming. Comments of praise and congratulations poured in. It felt amazing, as if I had already achieved something. But as the days went by, my initial enthusiasm faded. The congratulatory messages had given me a false sense of progress, and I started to feel less urgency to act. A few weeks later, I found myself distracted by other priorities, and my Spanish lessons quietly slipped away. This experience made me realize how easily the mind can mistake recognition for achievement. When we share our intentions with others, especially in a public way, we can unknowingly satisfy the very drive we need to accomplish the task. The brain rewards us with a sense of fulfillment, not for completing the goal, but simply for talking about it. This creates a dangerous illusion of progress and undermines our focus on the real work. The solution? lies in restraint. Instead of seeking validation through words, focus your energy on consistent action. When your attention shifts from sharing to doing, you regain control over your momentum. Every small step you take reinforces your commitment, building the discipline and confidence needed to see your goal through to completion. Stoicism offers powerful insights into this dynamic. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, emphasize that true value lies in action, not in promises or appearances. He wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Similarly, instead of announcing what we plan to do, we should focus on becoming the person capable of achieving it. If you find yourself tempted to share your ambitions prematurely, pause and reflect. Ask yourself whether speaking out will genuinely help your progress, or if it's simply an attempt to seek validation. Most of the time, the latter is true. Silence in these moments becomes a tool for focus, allowing you to channel your energy into meaningful effort rather than applause. To make this principle practical, start small. The next time you set a goal, resist the urge to announce it. Write it down for yourself instead. Break it into actionable steps and dedicate your time to following through. Celebrate your progress privately, knowing that each step brings you closer to your ultimate vision. This quiet discipline is far more satisfying than fleeting praise. When I think back to my Spanish resolution, I see where I went wrong. I should have kept my goal to myself, carving out quiet moments to study and practice instead of seeking approval online. By focusing on the work itself, I would have not only made progress, but also built the inner satisfaction that comes from staying true to a commitment. Action speaks louder than words. This is a truth the Stoics lived by, and one we can adopt in our own lives. When you focus on tangible results rather than seeking recognition, you create something far more enduring. Silence becomes your ally, helping you avoid distractions and stay on course. In time, your actions will speak for themselves. And when they do, the satisfaction will be profound. Earned, not through applause, but through effort. That is the kind of fulfillment that lasts. 5. Stay in control. Stay on course. Sharing your plans with too many people can often do more harm than good. While feedback is valuable, an overload of opinions can leave you overwhelmed, second-guessing your choices, and ultimately losing focus. Protecting your energy and clarity by keeping your goals private is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to stay on track. When my wife was a student, she came up with the idea of starting an online cosmetics business. She was passionate and eager to make it work. However, in her enthusiasm, she shared her idea with everyone around her. While some responses were supportive, many were critical or contradictory. One person told her to focus on high-end products, while another insisted affordable items would sell better. Some said her website needed to be minimalistic, while others suggested a colorful, vibrant design. The flood of opinions, though well-intentioned, left her confused and unsure of what to do next. Instead of focusing on building her business step by step, she spent weeks debating whose advice to follow. Over time, the project lost momentum and eventually stalled. Later, she realized that if she had kept her plans to herself and trusted her own instincts, she could have stayed focused and taken action without the constant noise of others' opinions. This situation is all too common. When we share our ambitions too openly, we invite unsolicited advice and opinions, which can cloud our judgment and derail our efforts. Everyone has their perspective, shaped by their own experiences, biases, and fears. While some feedback can be constructive, much of it is irrelevant or even counterproductive. It takes only a few seeds of doubt to undermine confidence and clarity. Stoic philosophy reminds us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, decisions, and actions, and let go of the rest. The dichotomy of control, a central tenet of Stoicism, teaches us that while we cannot control others' opinions or advice, we can control how much influence we allow them to have over us. By guarding our goals and staying aligned with our purpose, we remain the masters of our journey. If you find yourself overwhelmed by external input, it may be time to draw boundaries. This doesn't mean rejecting all advice, but rather being selective about who you listen to and when. Seek feedback only from those who genuinely understand your vision and have the expertise to guide you. Even then, use their insights as a reference, not a command. Ultimately, the decisions must be your own. To stay in control and on course, start by keeping your goals private in their early stages. This creates a space where you can focus on the work itself without the distractions of external noise. When you do seek input, do so purposefully and from trusted individuals who can offer meaningful guidance. This balance allows you to remain clear-headed and confident in your path. In the end, my wife learned to trust her instincts. When she later restarted her business with a simpler plan, she kept her circle small, sharing her progress only with a mentor who had real experience in e-commerce. This helped her regain focus and make decisions without the clutter of conflicting opinions. Her second attempt succeeded, not because she ignored advice altogether, but because she chose carefully whom to listen to and when. Your journey will be no different. The fewer distractions you allow into your process, the more clarity and momentum you'll gain. Trust in your ability to steer your course, and remember that your energy is too valuable to waste on unnecessary debates. By protecting your focus and guarding your goals, you create the conditions for success to flourish, one deliberate step at a time. 6. Build strength from within. True confidence doesn't come from applause or validation. It comes from within. It is built in quiet moments through consistent effort and the resilience to keep going despite challenges. When you pursue your goals privately without seeking approval or recognition, you develop a profound sense of self-reliance. This inner strength becomes a cornerstone, allowing you to stand firm in the face of adversity. In the story of Silas, his ability to focus on his craft without relying on external validation was the foundation of his success. While others might have sought constant encouragement, Silas chose to focus on action, not words. This quiet perseverance gave him the confidence to trust his abilities, even when no one else was watching. By relying on himself, he built a reservoir of inner strength that carried him through the difficult moments. This principle applies universally. Imagine someone preparing for a major career shift. If they announce their plans too soon, they might become overly dependent on others' opinions or reactions, leaving them second-guessing every decision. Alternatively, think of someone embarking on a fitness journey. If their motivation hinges on public praise or social media likes, what happens when the applause fades? Both scenarios highlight the fragility of external validation. Without a strong sense of self, motivation crumbles under pressure. Building inner strength begins with a shift in mindset. Instead of seeking validation, focus on the process. Celebrate small victories privately, knowing that progress is its own reward. When you detach your efforts from external approval, you free yourself from the highs and lows of others' opinions. You start to act not for applause, but for the satisfaction of fulfilling your potential. Stoicism emphasizes this kind of independence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This teaching reminds us that true resilience comes from controlling how we respond to challenges and temptations. By choosing to rely on our inner resources, we cultivate a strength that no external force can shake. To make this practical, start by identifying areas in your life where you've been relying on others' validation. Maybe it's a creative pursuit, a career goal, or even a personal project. Take a step back and ask yourself, am I doing this for myself, or am I seeking recognition? If the latter, refocus. Break your goal into small, actionable steps and track your progress privately. Each completed task becomes a building block for your confidence, a quiet proof of your capability. There's power in working silently. It allows you to make mistakes, learn, and grow without the pressure of public scrutiny. When you focus on action instead of applause, you create a space where genuine growth can occur. This isn't about avoiding others entirely. It's about recognizing that your worth isn't tied to their opinions. By trusting yourself, you cultivate an unshakable foundation of confidence. When you build strength from within, setbacks no longer feel like failures. They become lessons and opportunities to refine your approach and move forward. This resilience, rooted in self-reliance, allows you to face challenges with clarity and determination. You become less reactive, more composed, and deeply grounded in your own values. In time, this inner strength transforms the way you approach life. You no longer depend on others to validate your choices or applaud your efforts. Instead, you become your own source of motivation, driven by the satisfaction of knowing you've given your best. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but with practice, it becomes second nature. By pursuing your goals with quiet resolve, you embody the Stoic ideals of self-discipline, tranquility, and independence. You learn to trust yourself, not because others believe in you, but because you've proven to yourself that you're capable. And when your success finally speaks for itself, it will be rooted in something far deeper than applause. It will be grounded in the strength you've built from within. 7. Flexibility thrives in privacy. One of the most underrated advantages of keeping your plans private is the freedom it provides to adapt. When we make our intentions public, we unintentionally tie ourselves to them, often out of fear of judgment or a desire to maintain appearances. This limits our ability to evolve, experiment, and refine our ideas. True progress demands flexibility, and flexibility thrives in privacy. I know a friend who is successful in the art world. A few years ago, she embarked on an ambitious art project, and in her excitement, shared her concept on social media. The responses were immediate and enthusiastic, but as she worked on the project, she realized certain elements needed reworking. To make the project more complete, she would have to deviate from her original plan. Yet, because her idea was already public, she felt trapped by the expectations she had set. Rather than risk seeming indecisive, she pushed forward with the initial version, even though she knew it wasn't her best work. Later, she admitted that if she had kept her plans private, she would have had the freedom to experiment and make changes without outside pressure. Her experience taught her the value of protecting her creative process and embracing flexibility. This story illustrates a universal truth. When we share our plans prematurely, we often feel compelled to stick to them, even when they no longer serve us. The opinions of others, whether supportive or critical, can create invisible constraints that limit our creativity and growth. On the other hand, when we keep our ambitions private, we give ourselves room to pivot and adapt as needed. This space to evolve is essential for success in any endeavor. Imagine an entrepreneur who announces a product launch date before the development process is complete. As challenges arise, they may need to delay the launch or adjust the product, but the pressure of meeting public expectations can make these decisions far more difficult. Similarly, think of someone pursuing a fitness goal who shares every detail online. If they later decide to change their approach, perhaps swapping running for weightlifting, they may hesitate, worried about how others might perceive the shift. Stoic philosophy offers wisdom here. The concept of amor fati, embracing and adapting to life's unpredictability, teaches us to view change not as a failure, but as an integral part of progress. Flexibility is a strength, not a weakness, and protecting your plans from unnecessary scrutiny allows you to exercise this strength fully. If you find yourself struggling with the pressure to stick to a public plan, step back and consider what's truly important. Your priority should always be the quality of your work or the authenticity of your progress, not the need to meet others' expectations. By keeping your goals private, you shield yourself from this pressure and maintain control over your path. To apply this in your life, start by treating your goals as personal projects rather than public declarations. Share them selectively, only with those who genuinely understand and support your vision. When changes become necessary, embrace them without hesitation, knowing that your growth is more important than maintaining a fixed narrative. My friend eventually learned to approach her projects differently. Now she shares her work only after it's complete, allowing herself the freedom to explore new ideas and make adjustments along the way. This shift has not only improved the quality of her work, but also deepened her enjoyment of the creative process. The same principle applies to any goal. Whether you're working on a business, a personal project, or self-improvement, privacy gives you the space to experiment, adapt, and grow. It allows you to prioritize your progress over public perception, ensuring that every step you take aligns with your ultimate vision. When you keep your plans private, You reclaim the freedom to explore new paths and refine your approach. This flexibility becomes a powerful tool, enabling you to adapt to challenges and seize opportunities without fear of judgment. And when your work finally speaks for itself, it will do so with the authenticity and strength of something that was shaped by your own hands, free from external constraints. In the journey of life, protecting your ambitions and focusing on meaningful action can lead to profound growth and fulfillment. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true strength lies in our ability to act with purpose, remain resilient, and prioritize what truly matters. By embracing these principles, you not only guard your dreams, but also create space for them to flourish. As we've explored today, letting results speak, choosing your circle wisely, shielding your dreams, focusing on action, staying in control, building inner strength, and embracing flexibility are powerful tools. These timeless practices are more than just strategies. They're habits that, when cultivated daily, help you navigate challenges and stay grounded. Take a moment to reflect on what resonates most with you. Is it the idea of holding your ambitions close to protect their growth? Or perhaps the value of choosing silence to focus on action over applause? Whatever it is, commit to practicing it in your daily life. Growth is not achieved in grand gestures, but in the small, consistent steps we take every day. I encourage you to start now. Choose one principle to apply this week. Whether it's keeping a goal private, focusing on deliberate action, or building inner strength, begin practicing it today. Over time, you'll see how these small changes transform the way you approach your goals and live your life. Finally, I'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever achieved something by staying silent or choosing to protect your plans? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your journey might inspire someone else to take their first step. Remember, success isn't about how loudly you proclaim your intentions. It's about the quiet, steady work that builds something lasting. Let your actions be your voice, and let your results be your legacy.